Happy Yoga Day. Yay. I hope that you are doing well this morning. Grabbing whatever you need for the practice today. If that means pillows to sit on or pillows for other stuff or blankets, grab your strap, your blocks, whatever you need for your practice. And then let's go ahead and find ourselves on our mats. And sitting ourselves in our simple cross-legged pose. For some reason, I feel like the camera's dark. I got all my lights on. Okay, all right. So, like I said, I sit on a pillow because I have very tight hip flexors. You can sit on multiple pillows if you're finding that your legs are way up here and it's just super uncomfortable for you to be sitting like that. Then you can be sitting on height. So you can be sitting on multiple pillows, or you can be even having a pillow that kind of tilts you forward to help with that, because we sit here for so long in our warm-up time that just gravity sitting like this will help to release that tension. So use your props, use the things that you have in your house, use the things that you have around to help you. That's one of the joys of doing this in your own space, is you get to use whatever works for you, whatever helps you with your practice, whatever propels you forward, because that's what this is doing. It's not a Band-Aid, it is moving you forward. It is helping you, especially if you've got the tight hip flexors or the tight low back, anything like that. All right, let's go ahead and rock it a little bit from side to side. Maybe you were already doing that. This is such a very primal, self-soothing move. So this will help you to bring yourself to the present, help ground you as we prepare for our practice today. So you can be rocking from side to side, or maybe your rocking is from front to back. Again, same thing. It's a very primal movement. It engages that brain. It gets those good chemicals, those feel-good chemicals, your dopamine, your endorphins going. Just that simple movement. It was something that God gave us as babies. It's a self-soothing thing, so super important. So even as adults, we can use this, and we can use it in yoga. So you're either going front to back or side to side, and let's begin to change this into torso circles. So good. Oh my goodness, torso circles today. Feel really, really good. So circling that, and it's engaging that rocking, the side to side and the front to back, and we are making it into a movement. So circling that. Good, and then let's go ahead and circle that the opposite direction. So circling it the other way. Feels so good. So we're going to do torso circles for half an hour today. I'm just kidding. But we could. Taking this and circling it. Oh, yeah. And you can, as things warm up, begin to make those circles bigger, and you'll feel it even more in different areas of your body. All right, let's go ahead and bring this to the center. So bringing ourselves to center, lengthening through our spine. Let's roll those shoulders back. So big shoulder rolls, taking that back. Very nice. Big rolls. And you can involve those arms, or you can have your arms resting on your legs and just using those shoulders, whatever feels best for you, or a mixture of both. And then let's go ahead and roll that forward. So rolling the shoulders forward. That feels very good too. Good, taking that forward and rolling that. Very nice. Good, shrug that up and then release that down. And arms can be resting, or they can be off to the side, whatever. Again, most comfortable, most supportive for you. Let's drop our chin to chest, but think about that spine being tall. Think about that neck being long, and think about those arms being heavy so that your shoulders can stay away from your ears, so that you can get really good stretching in the back of that neck. So chin is to that chest, And then lift that head to center and eyes to the ceiling, eyes to sky. And chin to chest. And eyes to sky. And chin to chest. It's one of those days where I'm like, is my shirt on inside out? No, I put it on right. And then eyes to sky. And then chin to chest. And eyes to sky. It's one of those days where I'm like, how did I get here? Drop our chin back to chest. Lift our head to center. And then let's look over to the right. It's because I've been doing a lot of writing. So that always takes my brain to a different place. Bring that head back to center and then take that over to the left. It's like, wait, real world? Am I in it? Yes, it is the real world. Bring our heads back to center. Drop that right ear towards that right shoulder. Let's go ahead and take our right hand, place it just gentle pressure, not a lot of pressure. Gentle pressure right above that left ear. And then if you want, you can release that left arm. Oh, neck stretch on the left side right there. Good, lift that head to center. I don't know about you, that's always hard to do. And drop that to the other side. So left ear to left shoulder. Take our left hand just above, gentle pressure, not too much, because then it becomes really hard to lift that head. So just gentle pressure. Maybe you release that right arm. Oh, goodness. Feel that in the neck. Nice. Let's release that arm. Drop our chin back to chest. Right ear to right shoulder. Chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Take this from side to side. Half neck circles here. That feels good too. Very nice. Just taking that from side to side. And let's drop that chin back to chest. Let's lift that head up to center. Let's roll those shoulders back. Roll them forward. And big sun breath here. So let's inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Inhale and lift this up. As we exhale, let's go ahead and drop our right hand down. Reach over with the left. Let's keep our left glute, left hip down. Get this nice side stretch. Left side, lengthening through that. Good, and breathe. And you don't have to have a lot of support on that right hand. You're kind of, if you're tight like me, if your side is tight, it's like holding you up enough. Good, let's inhale and sweep this up. And then exhale, left hand down. Reach over with the right. Woo. Reaching through that. Let's keep that right glute, right hip, right leg down. As we are lifting through that, or lengthening through that, through the right side of the body, and breathe. Use that breath, especially if you are super tight today. If you're feeling extra tight, breath needs to be bigger. Kind of always put that in your mind. Okay, I'm feeling extra tight today. That means my breathing should be bigger, longer, bigger inhale, longer exhale. Let's inhale and sweep this up. And exhale, let's clasp our hands behind us, lengthen through that, opening the chest and shoulders. Now, if your shoulders or chest are super tight and you're having mobility problems or issues today, feel free to use that strap. You can wrap that strap around your hands and use that strap behind you, or a towel, or a washcloth, or a belt. If you don't have a strap, if you don't own a strap, you can use a belt. Or an old bathrobe belt. Those work great too. That's kind of the same thing. It's like they just resell old bathrobe belts as yoga straps. Good, let's inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Good, inhale and sweep this up. Let's clasp those hands behind us again, or hold onto that strap. Open up that chest again. I think it's my arms too that are feeling this today. Let's look to the left. So look to the left and then look to the right. And then bring that back to center. Drop our chin to chest. And lift our eyes to the sky. Good. Bend at those elbows, bring our hand over to right waist, hands, and elbow goes back towards the spine. And you might be like, Mindy, why are you always telling me where you are feeling this stuff at? I'm practicing interoception. I'm verbally reminding myself that I am present, and I'm reminding myself, oh yes, I feel this. I'm doing this movement, but I also feel it in these different places. So that's a really good practice. Let's go ahead and switch sides. It's a good practice to get into for yourself because it attaches your mind and body together. And you can be like, oh yes, I do feel this. And this is where I feel this. And this is why I feel this. Because then you become an investigator into your own body and your own life of like, why am I feeling like this? Oh, because I had to do a lot of driving yesterday and I got in and out of the car 1,000 times. So that's why what would this be? My right side feels a little different than my left. It's just those normal everyday things that can cause differences in our bodies. So it's like, oh, I have that awareness. And then that awareness brings like comfort of like, oh, that's why. Okay, good. Release that, shake that out. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. Let's clasp our hands at the top. Press our palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen up through those arms and lengthen up through that torso, up through that rib cage. Good. Let's inhale it deeply here. And exhale, big sigh out. Nice. We are engaging that autonomic nervous system with those sighs. Let's inhale it here again. And exhale, big sigh out. Good. One more time. Inhale it deeply here. And exhale, big sigh out. Very nice. Let's bring those arms out in front. Hands out in front. Rotate wrists. Rotate the other way. Open our arms up. And then let's go ahead and release that down. Good. Roll those shoulders back. Very nice. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, let's drop our left hand to our right thigh. Right hand, right thumb. Let's follow our spine down towards the floor. Hand goes about on the floor, and let's do spinal twists. Oh, first spinal twist of the practice. So good. Let's breathe here in this first spinal twist. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Big deep inhale. And exhale it out. Good. Bring this back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. As we exhale, now let's take our right hand to our left thigh, left thumb. Let's follow our spine down, left hand to the floor, spinal twist over to the left. And big deep breath here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. Let's do 2 more breaths like that. Inhale it deeply. And exhale it out. 1 more breath. Inhale it deep. And exhale. Good. Let's bring that back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. And exhale this out. Very nice. If you are sitting on something, go ahead and you can move that off to the side. We are now going to get those legs warmed up. So let's lean ourselves back. Fingers are facing forward. And we can take our legs as wide as our hips or as or wider. So however feels best for you. I'm going to go right there. And let's go windshield wipers. Actually, I'm going to go a little wider. Oh, that's good. And let's go windshield wipers right here. So taking this from side to side. Windshield wipe that right there. And you can have your feet planted or you can be lifting those feet. The planting kind of, gets a little bit more of that hip, inner and outer hip. The lifting makes it a little more dynamic. So you get a little more blood flow. Go. Good. Let's go ahead and keep that right foot in front. Nice zigzag here. Sit ourselves up tall. And tall twist to the left first. So let's go ahead and twist that to the left. That's a good one. And we get our big twist to the right. So big twist to the right, right here. Very nice. And you can use those hands as leverage to twist yourself around. But trying again to keep this nice zigzag. Your glute and hip may lift up off of the floor, and that is very normal. Breathe it here deeply. Inhale and exhale. And inhale it deep. And exhale it out. Man, top rib cage today. That's where I'm feeling everything. Let's go quick for 4. So let's take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last 1 and back to center. Good. Let's lean this back. That feels good right there. And let's go ahead and take this from side to side again. So windshield wipering those legs. Wonderful. And we're going to go ahead and keep our left leg in front this time. So we've got that nice left side zigzag. Spine is up tall. Tall twist to the right first. Ooh, enjoy that tall twist. And then we've got our big twist to the left. So nice big twist to the left. Again, use the leverage of those hands to twist into that as deeply as feels good for you. Maybe you go comfortably uncomfortable here. Woo. Yes, lower rib cage right there. Let's breathe it here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale. And big deep inhale. And exhale. Good. Let's bring this back to center and then let's twist quick for 4. Take this for 4 and center. It's 3 and center. It's 2 and center. And last 1 and back to center. Good. Lean this back. Few more windshield wipers here. Just a few more. Very nice. And then let's go ahead and take those legs nice and long, but let's keep a bend in our knee. We're going to stretch through our spine. Keep our feet flexed. Keep the knees bent. Legs are longer. Let's lengthen up through our arms and then hinge this forward. Try and keep our shoulders away from our ears as we lengthen here. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale and hinge this forward. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale and hinge. Inhale and lift. Exhale and hinge. We're going to do a long twist here. So inhale and lift. Good. Let's take that left hand to our right thigh. Take our right hand behind us and we'll do long-legged spinal twist here. Oh, that's so good. Breathe it. Big deep inhale. And exhale. Good. Bring this back to center. Reach this up. Inhale and exhale, hinge. Inhale and lift. Let's go other side. So let's drop our right hand to the outside of our left thigh. Left hand behind us. Long-legged seated twist right here. And breathe. Inhale deep. And exhale it out. Good. Bring this back to center. Inhale, lift. And exhale, hinge. This one we're going to turn into a boat. So inhale and lift. Keep this here. Exhale, just release those arms down. So now we're taking it right into that boat pose. So we've got both of those heels onto the floor. Maybe you want to scoot your glutes in a little bit closer to your heels so that your knees are bent a little bit more. Leaning ourselves back. We've got this nice boat pose here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale. So engaging that core. Inhale it deeply. And exhale. One more time. Big deep inhale. And a big exhale. And let's move our arms down now. So fingers are facing towards our feet. And from here, we're going to go right into that table pose. So let's place our feet on the floor and lift our pelvis up. So we've got a reverse tabletop. Nice reverse tabletop. Love this one for those shoulders, for those biceps, for that core. Feet are planted into the floor. Pelvis is lifted. Neck is nice and neutral. So you're looking slightly up and you're looking forward and slightly up. You're not looking way above you so that your neck crunches. You're just looking slightly forward, just a gentle thing for that neck. Everything else is working here though. Arms are holding you up, legs are holding you up, core is nice and strong, holding those glutes up. Good, so we are lifted here and breathing here, inhaling and exhaling. Good, let's drop that pelvis down, simple cross leg, hinge this forward, get an opposing stretch for that low back. And we're gonna go into that one more time, and you can either go back into that reverse table that we just did, or you can go into reverse plank. Reverse plank's a little more challenging because it's a long lever. So if you find yourself dipping, if you find yourself crunching into your shoulders, then take yourself just back into that reverse table. Same thing, we're working those same muscles, we're getting that same strength. So I'm gonna go reverse plank, so you can go reverse table or reverse plank. Let's lift that pelvis up. Either one that you're doing, pelvis is lifted. Good, we are holding through that core. And if you find yourself crunching here, you can easily bring yourself right there into that reverse table. Or if you're like, I think I can go a little further today, then you can easily lengthen through those legs out to those heels. Or you can be doing a mixture of both for your practice today. So just listening to your body, where your body wants to go today, where it is willing to go today. Good, let's drop that pelvis back down, simple cross leg, and let's hinge that forward. Very nice. Good, grab a block. Let's take that block between those knees and take ourselves down for a little bit more back warm up and back strengthening. So some bridge work. Let's line those feet up with those knees. Knees are lined up with our hips. Hands are right by our sides. We're going to press into our elbows and our triceps. Let's go ahead and lift that pelvis up towards the ceiling. Inhale it here. As we exhale, let's go ahead and drop that pelvis down towards the floor. Good. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, lower down. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, lower this down. We're going to hold our next one up. So let's go ahead and inhale, lift this up and hold. So as we are holding at the top here, you can exhale because we are going to stay here. We're going to stay here in this nice bridge using that breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Strong legs, strong core, strong torso. Breathe it here. Maybe your legs are starting to burn a little bit, or maybe your glutes or those calves. Just recognizing where you're feeling this at, breathing that nice deep yoga breath. Holding this bridge. We're going to hold it a few more cycles. So now let's go 4 more breaths here. Inhale it deeply. And exhale. And big deep inhale. And exhale. 2 more times. Big deep inhale. And exhale. And 1 more time. Big deep inhale. And exhale it. Good. Drop that pelvis down. Oh, very nice. And release that. You can release that block. Let's take our right ankle to our left thigh. Press that inner thigh away. So let's do our first little piriformis stretch here. I don't know why I call it little. Like, this is a big stretch. So our first piriformis stretch. Good. And then release that. Nice. Left ankle to right thigh. Press that inner left thigh away. Piriformis right here. Oh. And release that. Very nice. Drop our knees over to one side. Take ourselves onto our side. Press ourselves up onto all fours. And let's move into our cat and cow. So this is our regular. So we did our reverse tabletop. This is our regular like tabletop right here. So let's go ahead and have our shoulders over our wrists. Our hips are over our knees. Oops. For some reason that came up. I don't know why. Okay, sorry about that. Shoulders are over our wrists, hips are over our knees. Let's drop our belly to the floor. Inhale. And round that spine. Exhale. Drop that belly. Inhale. And round that spine. Exhale. Drop that belly. Inhale. And round that spine. Exhale. That feels really good today. Drop that belly. Inhale. And round that spine. Exhale. As we are in this rounded, go ahead and stay in this rounded, and you're going to rock it from to the front and then back to center. So we're taking this front so that our shoulders, imagining that our shoulders are in front of our fingertips. So we're stretching our wrists here and taking this back to that rounded position. We're actually trying to keep our backs rounded this whole time. So bringing this front, stretch through those wrists, and then back to center one more time. Take this front and back to center. We've got that back nice and rounded. Now let's go and drop that belly to the floor. Eyes to the sky. And we can take this from side to side right here. And maybe your hips go side to side, or maybe it's your shoulders. You're trying just a little bit to take that side to side. Good, and then go ahead and keep that back to center. Belly still dropped in that cow. And now let's go ahead and round, chin to chest, round that up. And then drop that belly again. Inhale and round. And exhale and drop. Good, bring this back to neutral. Let's go into our first balance pose. So let's go ahead and lift that right leg up. Flex through our foot. This may be where you want to go today. If you want to go further into that bird dog, we're going to lift up our opposite arm. So we've got that left arm, our right leg. We're lifting here. Hold it for one breath. Inhale. And exhale it out. Good. Elbow to knee 6 times. Let's bring this in and extend. There's 6. It's in and extend. There's 5. It's in and extend. There's 4. Bring this in and extend. There's 3. Bring this in and extend. There's 2. Bring this in, and we're going to hold this extension here. Good. Release that arm and release that leg. Very nice. Back into a little child's pose here. So let's take this back just for a moment. Oh, that feels good. Maybe you've got that full child's pose. Maybe it's not full yet. Maybe your hips, my hips and my ankles are still really tight. So I'm not all the way down yet, and that's okay. And let's bring ourselves back up onto that all 4 position again. Drop our belly, inhale. Round our spine, exhale. Back to neutral. Now let's take this to the other side. So now let's lift our left leg. Lifting that left leg, and again, this may be where you want to be today. Or if you want to go into that full bird dog, you've got that right arm lifted. So left leg, right arm. Let's hold it here for a breath. And exhale. Good. Elbow to knee 6 times. Bring this in for 6 and extend. Here's 5 and extend. Here's 4 and extend. Here's 3 and extend. It's 2 and extend. And last 1 and extend and hold. Good. Release that arm, release that leg. Now let's try and go into that full child's pose. Maybe your knees are together, maybe your knees apart. I think I'm going to have my toes together and my knees apart today, just for those hips. Ooh. And lengthening through those arms. Or you can have knees together, feet apart. However this feels best for you. I find when my toes are together, knees are apart, it challenges my hips more and my glutes can't go to my heels, and that's okay. So if that's your issue too, if your glutes aren't getting to your heels, that is okay. It can feel a little odd. Looking at those hands, let's walk our hands over to the right. Let's take that left hand, place it right on top of that right hand, and try and get that left glute to that left heel. The left hand's on top of right. left glute to right heel, stretching through the left side of the body. Feeling that super duper in my ankle today, which is good. Walk those hands over to the other side. And then let's take that right hand on top of the left. And now we try and get that right glute to that right heel. And breathe. Good, let's bring this back to center. And bring ourselves up. We're gonna do a little bit more back work. If I told you to put your blocks where you want them for your sun salutations, not yet. Go ahead and grab your blocks. We're gonna go into camel's pose. So we're gonna go into a little bit more back strengthening and stretching. For camel's pose, you can have a block on the outside of your feet, or you can have one block on the inside. It just depends on your flexibility, mobility, where your extension can go today. So listening to your body. I'm gonna actually get that front. There we go. All right, so we've got ourselves on our knees. If you need padding for your knees, always feel free to do that. Again, that's the beauty of being at home. You can use whatever you have around you. Let's lengthen up through those arms, lengthen up through that spine. Let's take that right hand, and it's either gonna go on the outside block, or you're gonna take that to your center block. Or if you're not using blocks, you can take this right there to the back of the center back of your sacrum. So we've got this down and we're lengthening up. Neck can be looking up at the hand, out to the side, down to the floor, or a mixture of all of those. So whatever feels the best, most supportive, challenging for you today. This is definitely challenging me today, definitely challenging my back flexibility today. I'm a little tight, which is, I'm like, what did I do yesterday that was different? I did some different stuff with step ups with some weights. So yes, that would make the difference. So that's again, that interoception and trying to figure out, oh yeah, there's that. And that does make the difference. Let's inhale and lift this up. As we exhale, let's go ahead and drop that other hand down. So it's either on the outside block or the inside block, or your sacrum, your back. Lengthening up through this side, and same thing. However you were looking at your hand the other way is how you want to look at it this way. So either looking up, out, or down, or a mixture of all of them. But not forgetting to breathe here. Inhaling and exhaling. Good, let's inhale and lift this up. Exhale, release our arms to our side. You can take one of those blocks, place it right there in front of you, and then go ahead and just take yourself down into a nice child's pose. Hands on blocks, forehead on hands. Ooh, that's good. Very good. Nice little stretch for that back after doing that camel's pose. Wonderful. All right, now you can place those blocks where you want them for sun salutations. We're going to go right into our first downward facing dog. So let's go ahead and have ourselves on all fours. Let's curl our toes under. We're going to keep our knees bent, and we're going to lift our tails to the sky. So let's stretch through the spine first right here. So lengthening through that spine, tailbone is lifted towards the ceiling, head down between those shoulders. Neck is long, lengthened. Good. And then right here, let's begin to pedal. Pedaling those feet, heels towards the floor. Waking up the backs of the legs, those calf muscles, those hamstrings, the Achilles tendons, waking up the back of the feet. Waking up that upper body as you are in this nice down dog. Maybe you've got some congestion going on. Maybe you're feeling that in your sinuses as well, or in your jaw. Let's drop both of those heels down towards the floor. Good. So finding a little bit of stillness here in this downward facing dog. And then let's go ahead and lift up on our heels, or lift up on our toes. Our heels are high. And then let's drop both of our heels over to one side. And stretch through those ankles, calves. So good.
And then lift that back up center and drop that over to the other side. And then lift that back up center. And let's go ahead and walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold at the front of our mat, front edge of our mat. Have those blocks where you want them. Let's allow our arms to dangle here first, though. Let's go into a ragdoll first. So planting our feet, upper body's just hanging down, folded in half, letting those arms dangle, letting that head dangle. Let's take opposite elbow with the opposite hand, make a frame for that head. So now our upper body becomes even heavier and folds even further. So toes are rooted, heels are rooted. Think about those shin bones, leg bones rooting down into the floor. And then that upper body is folded down towards the floor, very heavy as well. So you're feeling a stretch in the backs of the legs, in the back, in the upper body. Good, let's release those arms and we can use those blocks. Let's inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Head has been low for a little while, so take this next one nice and slow. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Take that as slow as you need to so you don't get dizzy. And exhale it around into a chair. Inhale and lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep this up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift that up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Right foot's gonna stay forward, left foot's gonna go back into lunge. Left hand is either on your block, whatever height you wanna use, or the floor, or a chair, whatever support you need, and let's spinal twist open to the side. Good, so nice spinal twist with that right leg forward. Breathing it here. Bring this back to center. Let's take that foot back towards the other foot into a top of plank. Hold here, top of plank. Drop our left knee, side plank. So now we're gonna open up into that side plank. Left knee is on the ground. Nice side plank here, very good. Bring this back to that strong top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes to the floor, chaturanga. Heart lifts up off of the floor, baby cobra. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog, breathe it here. Remember this down dog and child's pose are your home base poses. So if you ever need a break, you can always come to down dog or child's pose. Take that break, use this, especially like this downward facing dog is an inversion pose. So this can be super helpful for just a reset if you need a reset. So we're coming right here. If you ever need to come here and take a break, then take a break and then rejoin when you're ready. Let's go ahead and walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold, front of our mat. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Left foot's gonna stay forward. Right foot's gonna go back into that lunge. Right hand on the block or the floor or a chair. And let's spinal twist over to the left. Good, and breathe. Bring this back to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot. Top of plank. Hold your top of plank here. We're going to do that side plank. So drop our right knee and open up to side plank. Very nice, very strong. Good, bring this back to top of plank. Shift our weight, drop to fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Yeah, down dog, so good. Let's walk those feet to meet those hands, standing forward, fold, front edge of our mat. Let's do these sun salutations one more time each side. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift that up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Right foot stays forward, left foot goes back into lunge. Left hand on the block or the floor. Let spinal twist open to the right. Good. Such a good stretch. Such a good strengthening pose too, right here. Very nice. Bring this to center. Take our foot back to meet the other foot, top of plank. Let's hold here, top of plank, because we've got that side plank. Drop our left knee. Take ourselves open into this side plank. Good. And breathe. Very nice. Take ourselves back into top of plank. Strong top of plank here. Shift our weight forward. Drop the fronts and knees. Uncurl our toes. Chaturanga. Taking the heart down. Lifting that heart up. Curl our toes under. Lift and press. Downward facing dog. And breathe. Good. Maybe you nod that head yes. Or shake that head no. Let's walk our feet to meet our hands, standing forward fold, front edge of the mat. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale it around a chair. Inhale and lift. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back, look forward. Exhale and release. Left foot stays forward, right foot goes back, lunge. Right hand on the block or the floor. Let's spinal twist it open to the left and breathe. Good, bring this back to center. Take that foot back to meet the other foot, top of plank. Hold this here, drop our right knee. Let's open up, side plank. And then bring this back to top of plank. Shift our weight forward, drop the fronts of the knees, uncurl our toes. Heart goes down, heart lifts up. Curl our toes under, lift and press. Downward facing dog and breathe. Good. And let's walk those feet to meet those hands, standing forward, fold, front edge of our mat. Good, let's inhale, sweep our arms up, big. Exhale around a chair. Nice. Bring our hands to heart. We've got seated spinal twist with no seat. So we are sitting here, no seat. Let's go ahead and take our right elbow, right tricep to our left thigh. Spinal twisted here. Very nice. Breathe it, inhale and exhale. If those quadriceps, those thighs are on fire, then welcome to the club today. Yes, good. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Nice forward fold. Just relax it here in this forward fold. Good, let's do what we just did on the other side now. So let's go ahead, inhale and sweep this up. Exhale it around a chair. Hands to heart, seated spinal twist, other side. So now our left elbow, left tricep to that right thigh. Yes. Nice seated spinal twist here. Good, and breathe. Good, bring us back to center. Inhale and sweep that up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Very nice. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale it around to chair. Hands to heart, but this time let's go ahead and take our right leg back. Keep our heel lifted, and let's take it up into standing crescent. So you've got that heel lifted, nice standing crescent, front knee is bent. Good, and then from here, let's open this up into our proud warrior. Warrior two. Knee going over towards that baby toe. Woo!
What did I do? My inner thighs are sore too, which is good. It's a good thing. Let's drop that back arm. Palms up and peaceful warrior. Reverse warrior right here. Good, and breathe. Nice. From here, let's go ahead and straighten through that front leg. So both of our legs are straight. Let's windmill that arm down. I'm going to use a block here. I like to use a block when I do triangle. Otherwise, your triangle can be, hand can be on shin or on the floor or quad, but not on that kneecap or block. So we've got this nice triangle right here. This is such a good stretch too. And breathe. Good. Got those nice strong legs, nice strong arms. Let's lift ourselves up. Release our arms. Walk that back foot in. So heel toe, maybe twice or 3 times. So we narrow this gap. Let's take our hands to prayer at low back. Turn ourselves into pyramid. So both of our legs are still straight. Our waist, torso is right over that front thigh, front leg. And let's tilt ourselves into a nice pyramid right here. So thinking about in this pyramid, it's really easy to put all of our weight into that front leg. We want to center the weight here. So we want to think about this, pressing the same amount of weight into that back leg as that front leg. Good. And then from here, now we get to shift our weight forward. Now we're going to move this into our balance warrior 3. So that maybe with the toe on the floor, maybe it's a little bit lifted, maybe it's lifting and lowering, or maybe you're working on hinging all the way into that warrior 3. And arms can be wherever they feel best for you. I like to have them on my back, but you can have them out to the side or off to the front. Just working on our balance here. Remembering that falling out of the pose is just as strengthening as important as staying in that pose, because you are working on that balance. You are working on that strength and trying to do whatever you do on the side. Remember, you're trying to do the same thing on the other side. Let's go ahead and hinge this into a standing half staff pose. So knee is bent. And then let's go ahead and bring that leg down to meet the other leg. Nice tall mounted pose here. Inhale and lift this up. And exhale, dive it down. And over. Oh, standing forward, feel full. That feels good. Inhale and sweep this up. Exhale it around the chair. Good. Bring hands to heart. Now let's take our left leg back. So we get ourselves in our crescent on the other side. So we've got the standing crescent, other side, left leg is back, front knee is bent, right knee is bent. And from this crescent, let's open this up into our proud warrior. Yeah, inner thigh is just as sore on this side too. So I'm happy about that. Good job. Keep that knee bent, leg is nice and strong. Very good. Let's drop that back arm. Take our palm up. Peaceful warrior or reverse warrior right here. And breathe. Good. Let's release that front leg. Both those legs are straight. And let's tilt this into that triangle. So again, hand can be on shin, it can be on the floor, it can be on your thigh or your quadricep, but not on your knee joint, or it can be using a block. I love to use the block here because it gives me a little bit more height so that I can focus on twisting my rib cage open towards the ceiling so that I get more of an inner thigh stretch and a hip stretch. Because you know me, tight hips. Always working on those tight hips. Good, let's bring ourselves up. Release those arms, walk that back foot in, heel toe, So 2 to 3 times to narrow that out. Let's take our hands to our low back, hands to prayer at low back, and let's turn our torso and take this into nice pyramid. So remember, like we did on the other side, same amount of weight in that back leg and front leg. And breathe. Good, and then from here, let's go ahead and work on that balance, warrior 3. So whatever you are working on the other side, try and go to that same place on this side. If you can't get there, that's okay, but put that in your brain of that's where you're trying to get to so that you will balance out that strengthening that we're doing. Good, breathe it in. And let's go ahead and hinge this into a half staff by bringing that leg up, bending that knee. Good. And then release that leg down. Inhale and lift. Nice tall mountain. Exhale, dive it down and over. Both feet back into a top of plank. Drop to our knees. Take ourselves back into a nice child's pose, but let's go into a turtle this time. So let's take our arms by our side, palms facing up. Elbows dropping open. You're that nice little turtle. Breathing it here. Good, hands by knees. Press ourselves up. Let's take ourselves onto our backs and grab whatever you need for final relaxation. So if you've got an eye pillow, regular pillow, blankets, grabbing those things, grabbing whatever you need for that. And let's take ourselves onto our backs. Have your eye pillow within reaching distance. We're not going to go there quite yet. We're going to do a little bit more of a spinal stretch. So we've got our knees bent. Let's go ahead and drop our knees over. Bring our knees together, drop our knees over to the right. Take those arms out into that T. Oh, just this. This is just good right here. You got those arms into a T if it's available to you. If your neck will be okay with it. Legs are to the right. Let's look to the left. Ooh. Taking those eyes, looking over towards that left hand. And breathe it here. Good spinal twist here. And then let's bring this back to center and drop both of those knees over to the left. Wow. And if it's available, look to the right. And maybe you're finding that one side is so much tighter than the other. Maybe not. Again, it's that interoception. It's that body awareness, just recognizing. And we're not recognizing for the sense of stress or anxiety or judgment. This is for awareness. Awareness and just being like, okay, that's interesting. Being curious about it. And then being like, oh, it makes sense why it would be more on one side than the other because I did a lot of things with my right side yesterday, or, something like that. But there's no judgment, no stress, no trying to diagnose, just curiosity and awareness. If we did that with so many more things in our lives, curiosity and awareness rather than fixing and diagnosing, I don't know. Might be a lot less stress. Good. Let's bring ourselves back to center. Grab what you need for your final relaxation. If you've got that eye pillow, go ahead and place that over your eyes. Enjoy that darkness. Enjoy that heaviness. Let's take our legs long towards one end of the room. Reach our fingers towards the other end of the room. Your arms long, not just your fingers, but your arms as well. Fingers are attached to your hands, which are attached to your arms. So lengthen through that. Add a few inches to your height here. Really reach through that. Oh, that feels good. And maybe imagine somebody is pulling extra. So somebody's pulling at your wrist, somebody's pulling at your ankles. They're like, you can
it longer than that. And then take a big deep inhale here. Oh yeah, and then with that exhale, release that, relax those legs, relax those arms. Imaginary people that were holding your arms and legs, they have let you go into that soft pillow of relaxation. Relax your face, relax your eyes, your jaw, just release that jaw. Man, that's a lot of tension left right there. If you just release that jaw, relax that forehead and that scalp. Relax and release that entire body, just allowing yourself to sink, to settle. And you have a few moments here to quiet that breath, to slow things down, to quiet that mind. This is such good self-care, such good taking yourself out of fight and flight. This is taking your nervous system and just giving it that well-deserved rest. And breathe. And still relaxing. Let's go ahead and bend those knees. And tuck that tailbone under. So maybe that your low back can flatten against the floor a little bit. And then let's drop our knees over to our most comfortable side. Take yourself onto your side and have a few breaths here. Some big breaths in this fetal position. Again, a very primal position or primal movement. And then let's slowly begin to bring ourselves up into a seated pose that feels strong and supportive for you. So it may be in your simple cross leg, it may be a kneeling pose, it may be back in a chair, whatever feels best for you. But sitting ourselves up tall, lengthening up through our spine. Let's inhale and sweep this up. Bring our hands together and exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Lift that head center, take our fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Take our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given a spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and sound and peaceful mind. Inhaling it deeply and exhale. And one more deep breath. Inhale
And big cleansing exhale. And thank you for joining me for the practice today. Have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. And we'll see you next